Dark blessings to you, hag sorceress. Though you are reviled by all, your power is beyond reckoning. Chaos drives you, and none can stand against your might. Your son has sent you south, away from your traditional stronghold of Grund, to reinforce the loyalty of those who defy the Witch King. Destroy or subjugate them, according to your whim. The hated Aesir of Ulthuan have also struck against you, landing forces on the shores of Nagaroth. Throw them back, and, should you feel malicious, invade the kingdoms of Ulthuan to exact your vengeance. To the south, in Lustria, the lizard men spawn. Their jungles are squalid and ill-suited for settlement. But the beasts themselves are great sport to hunt. For too long have the petty warlords of Nagaroth been allowed to defy your will, Dark Sorceress. The time is now to remind them, and the world beyond your shores, of the awesome power you wield.
Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, Mortal Empires, and a brand new campaign as the Cult of Pleasure with Morathi.
Mother of the Druki.
Mother of the Druki, indeed, because she is the mother of Malekith. She was the wife to Anarion, the first Phoenix King, and she is super duper old. Although you wouldn't know it, would you? I mean,
enchanting beauty.
Exactly, that's what she has. And yeah, she's super old. She is actually one of the oldest creatures in the Warhammer world. Only probably the Slan beat her out, I would guess. Because she's older than vampires, she's older than Nagash, she's older than Malekith for a start, and Malekith is pretty old as well. And she basically started off as the wife of Anarion and the mother of Malekith in Ulthuan during the first great incursion of chaos into the Warhammer world, and she survived that. I mean, there are subtle hints that she might be a Chaos Worshipper herself, although I don't know whether she's more a Worshipper or just sort of like a dry... She seems like she just uses it for her own benefit rather than she's actually like a slave to it. She's pretty canny. She's also, what's that, about 33% hair, I want to say? So got a lot of hair.
I am the first sorceress.
She is. Big hair, very 70s. Probably, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say she's probably the second most hair ratioed legendary lord in the game, after Ungrim, who of course is literally half hair, and so that's the thing. So Morathi is in a really weird position. She starts sort of like down here. Now I haven't actually played the Dark or the Morathi or Malekith since Warhammer 2 came out, and I mean the situation around Morathi has changed a little bit. Obviously we now have vampirates. We've got I mean, for one, the Norskins weren't even properly out, were they, when I last played Morathi? So there's that. We also have Alice down here. Alice is over there. We've got more elven factions. We've even got the Wood Elves to the north now, so lots of stuff going on here. Her position is pretty bad, actually, because she starts surrounded by enemies. To our east, we've got the High Elves. To the south, we've got the Lizard Men. To the north, we've now got Wood Elves and Katep. And so basically, the only reason we don't have any enemies to the west is because there's no one there. Famous last words. So, go on, back in your box, creepy old bastard. So, Morathi is... I think she's got some new benefits for a faction, actually, because I'm fairly sure the benefits used to be fairly limited. But now she has upkeep reduction, which I think is new. So, all of her heroes cost 50% less upkeep, which is pretty major. It means we're probably going to go pretty hard on the characters. Talk of characters, we do start off with Sabioth down here.
Traitors do not last.
He is cruel, so he's income from raiding, income from sacking settlements. Not bad. I mean, I don't particularly like raiding, and I mean, I do like sacking, but 5%, not the best. But we are going to rename him, and because Morathi has been, I mean, she's been around the block a few times, hasn't she? And she is pretty much the first to suggest that at a party, everyone put their keys in a bowl and mixes it around a little bit. I'm assuming for safekeeping, although it would mean finding your keys afterwards is going to be very, very difficult. But I don't know logistics. I don't know why she wants to do that, but that's fine. As such, you're not Sabioth anymore. You are Ben. Ben Dover. There we go. Perfect. Now, Ben Dover is going to... I think we're going to send him down here because we spread Chaos Corruption. You know, I said the subtle hints that she may be a... Yeah, she may be a Chaos follower. Well, you know, that could be a major one. And because of this, our rebellions are going to be Chaos Rebellions. And of course, Chaos Rebellions mean Chaos Warriors and Chosen and Chaos Knights and Hell Cannons. So I do not want a rebellion.
I watch from the shadows.
She does, you know, so be careful about that. So we're actually going to set Morathi back in the settlement because that's going to stop our public order dropping for at least a little bit until we control the entire until we get some chaos corruption going on. We will start losing chaos corruption, and that's going to be a problem for us.
Phoenix Queen.
However, we do have the Sanctum of Quintex. Now, at max rank, that will reduce the public order penalty due to lack of corruption. We need that ASAP, so we need to go growth. But I do, because our characters cost less, we do want a master. So I'm going to get the Hall of Mustering down here. I'm going to send Sabiath down, because to deal with the first faction we need to fight, which of course is Sildra Tor down here, they've already got half a stack. What we need to do is we need to build up our army, we need to kill that force, and then we need to start taking their settlements before they can get back up. Because we've only got one tech, choose or die, I pick choose. So I'm going to choose that one rather than die. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to spend a few turns just sort of like chilling out. We're also going to send Ben to go and level up by stabbing people, because that's what he does. He's a good stabber. What more can he say? He just enjoys shanking people. Now, of course, Malekith, our little boy, bouncing baby boy, is in the north, and the sooner we can go and find him, the better, because he will quite like us, or at least he should do, and that means we can get some trade agreements going on, which would be nice. Now, I have set the difficulty to very hard campaign and hard battles, because I like it hard. Oh, good job, Ben. Good fucking job.
Traitor amongst us.
No, he's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get specialist, because that's going to increase our success chance, which I probably want, and also reduce the cost, which is also quite nice. So we're going to get another one of those, I think so, and then we probably want another couple of those, something like that. We do start off with a Hydra. He's pretty much going to be the linchpin of our forces. We get some Dark Riders with repeated crossbows. They are meh, and the Witch Elves are pretty good, but fairly expensive, and Auto-Resolve does not like them. Okay, so we've got... So we can get, what was he? Vicious, not bad. Strong, pretty good. Aggressive, not bad. I mean, aggressive doesn't seem anywhere near as good as, I mean, Ur-Cathar.
Master Druki.
Indeed. Now, we're going to get you in the army. I'm also going to give you a better name, because that one's garbage. And I'm going, the crossbows are ever so good. So we can get a couple of you. We can't, oh, can we? Assault, we can. Lovely. Failure, but that's okay, because it's going to give him a little bit of experience.
Anarian's bride.
I mean, we could... I'm going to leave it one more turn, and then we'll come southwards and recruit a little bit more, and then we'll head down. And with any luck at that point, this army should then move out to maybe attack the ancient city of Quintex. So that'll be a good point to then hit them and potentially kill them. The other problem we've also got is Tiranoc. Tiranoc start over here. Tiranoc is there, and they are but a couple of turns away from our coastline, and they will generally land just at the Moon Shard. So we don't want to take the Moon Shard right away, because if we do, we'll probably end up with Tiranoc over here, and then Sildra Tor building up an army, and basically that way we're sandwiched between two forces. We also have Alice here. Now, Alice, ideally, will leave me the fuck alone, but sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes... more often than not, he'll head north to take out the Bleak Holds. Sometimes he'll declare war on me, and I don't really like that. Skeggi are another potential threat. So basically, we're surrounded by threats. Okay, I thought up a good name for you.
Master Druki.
Rocky. Balbona. Perfect. I say thought up. I mean, I've got a list here. Don't judge me. And we're going to move Rocky into the army. Yes, he's going to. I'm sure you do, Rocky, and he's going to train us. He's going to train us hard.
Speak.
Amazing. Okay, so we've got a lot of crossbows, but we can always have more. So I'm going to go with more crossbows, because crossbows are the thing that kills stuff. A failure, but that's okay, because we can reduce the cost. Now, how much cost is it for... It's only 100 to now assault an army, which is pretty fucking legit, which means we can basically do that every turn. which is good. It makes using agents a lot cheaper, because actually agents cost a lot of money. In fact, if you ever play the Tomb Kings, good luck doing agent actions, because they all cost a shit ton of money and you don't have any income. That's always fun. Right, we've got income, choose or die, income from slaves. Perfect. So what we're going to do, is I'm actually going to come down. I'm not marching, am I? No, I'm not. So I'm going to come down to about here.
Ride, Solifet.
You're not on Solifet.
Into the shadows.
Solifet, of course, is her Pegasus mount that she doesn't have at the moment. Okay, that's all fine. Ben, have you not moved?
You're doomed.
I thought you had, but you had not. Okay, research. Founded on tyranny, because that's going to give us the growth. I mean, there are questions as to sort of like how the Dark Elves have not killed themselves by now, because they do tend to, like, you know, enjoy stabbing. I mean, they enjoy stabbing other people, but they like stabbing each other just as much. And so, you know, for a lowborn, like a race with a low birth rate, you do have to kind of ask the question. Okay, so we have Nelosi. We haven't got the ambush. Bit of a shame, but not a problem, because if we can kill this army, then basically we can mop them up.
To arms, Druki.
And there's Morathi, goth waifu, with dirty hands. She doesn't wash her hands. Just on her or feet. Mind you, she's not wearing shoes, so I guess that's probably fine. Anyway, we've set up over here, because I feel like the water will help slow down any potential attacks, and not that they're moving particularly fast to start off with. We do have a lot of Black Ark Corsairs with hand bows. Now, the hand bows are annoying, but at least they're not armor piercing. But the Black Ark Corsairs can fire on the move. They've also got some Dark Shards. Dark Shards are going to be our staple, at least for a little while, because basically they are one of the best units in the game, I want to say, because they've got armor-piercing missile attacks. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong. They don't have much. Their range is a lot shorter than, say, an archer unit. And so the archers, like things like the High Elves, will manage to get some shots off before we can get into range. But generally, it should be fine. Of course, our Hydra is going to be very, very useful for two reasons. One, it's quite tanky and has regeneration, and also extra heals when it goes below 50% health. But also because it's got fire breath, which, you know, really does help. I was hoping it'd open fire now, but here we go. I mean, you screamed even before the fire, so, I mean, good work there. That killed how many? 42. Not bad. And now our crossbows picking off these Black Ark Corsairs. Of course, Black Ark Corsairs don't have shields. Dropping a Malkoth's Mystifying Miasma. It's going to reduce their speed even more. And they're now in range to open fire, but they've taken a lot of damage already. Hydra moving in to engage on the flanks. We've actually got some crossbows hidden in the trees, and the Witch Elves as well. The Witch Elves are a bit of a weird unit because they're quite fragile, and I don't feel like they're particularly good in combat either. They don't seem to be great, and I don't like they're... I mean, they're fine, but they just don't seem to do as well as, like, I feel like it should do, but it's fine. The Dark Riders with crossbows managed to get behind the enemy lines, are now laying down fire on the enemy units that they can spot. And it looks like Rocky and Morathi have got, is it Nelosi? The enemy Dreadlords, and are giving her a good old prod. Morathi's doing some dancing, just doing some, you know, doing some good dancing. She's throwing out the shapes. And our Hydra is messing shit up. 71 kills. I mean, really the Dark Shards and the War Hydra are what's going to be doing damage to this army. Anything that the Bleak Swords and Dread Spears kill is a bonus. I'm not overly worried. The Dark Shards from the forest laying down fire on the enemy Dark Shards, picking them off. They do have shields, but that's fine. And the Witch Elves have finally managed to break the Black Ark Corsairs with a little bit of help from the Dread Spears. That means they can chase. They've got a weird run as well. Look at them go. I mean, they did kill 114, which is actually pretty good. And there goes Murderous Prowess. Murderous Prowess, when it pops, gives us big attack bonuses. But you can see that although the enemy army ran away, they've now rallied, and I'm actually pulling my army back rather than chasing them. That's because there's no point chasing them. What I want is them to come within range of my crossbows. Because as soon as they're in range of my crossbows, well... yeah. I mean, you can't really take cover in a river, can you? That's tricky. So our crossbows just going to do so much damage here. Laying out some extreme acupuncture. And that's why we wanted to draw them in. Because chasing them all over the map would be slow and annoying, whereas shooting them full of crossbow bolts, fast and entertaining. Rocky Balboa managed to kill one person. Good job. Morathi, 9. So, yes. I mean, he is more tanky than anything else. And I was a bit down the Dark Riders, but they are quite good at chasing down units after the battle. I mean, they're not great, but I mean, when it's all you've got. Alright, not too bad. Now, neither Morathi nor Rocky killed one person. But to be fair, he was fighting the general most of the... oh, hello. That's not bad, actually. I'm going to pop that on the Witch Elves. Sure, okay. Let's take the replenishment. And looks like that army was marching, which means it's now super fucking dead. Which works out for us, because we need... ooh, my lady, the cult has determined the process for extracting a mighty amulet from the heart of the petrified forest. You need but your words to proceed. Need a sorceress, and we'll get the amber amulets. Okay, good. We've got the Dread Banner, which is not bad. Obviously, we're going to start off with Root Marcher. And Rocky is going to stimulate my growth. There we go. There we go. Right.
I watch from the shadows.
Now, I know they're not recruiting an army at Sildra Tor. I'm going to move... okay, they don't have any armies anywhere. With any luck, they are... I think they'll recruit an army at Sildra Tor, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to go for Iron Spike first. Then we'll go for Sildra Tor, then we'll take the Moon Shard. That's basically... that's basically the plan.
I have seized it all.
We're just going to occupy because I don't want to cause any more public order problems than we're already going to have. So I think that's probably a good idea. We'll get Mystifying Miasma to start off with because we want Morathi to have some more spells. And you can get Indomitable Will? Yeah, okay, let's get Indomitable Will because you really do need some more melee attack. Because Masters, they start with a melee attack of 41. I mean, it's not... I mean, that's even boosted because of course he's strong, so he gets an extra +5. So normally it's really, really bad. And the weapon strength isn't particularly good either. They are anti-large, though. They're kind of more sort of like a defensive hero than anything else, and they're not bad at that, but there are better heroes. I do think that the assassins, though... no, he's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, we're going to go specialist because that's going to increase his success chance, and next we probably want to go for assaulting armies and assaulting garrisons. Assassinations are fine, but to be honest, this early in the game you're probably not going to end up with a lot of characters to kill, so it's not super high up on the list of requirements. Ooh, Clan Nor's dead already. That's not good. That means Hawatl are now bordering me. Okay, they're now recruiting an army at Sildra Tor. That is fine. That is fine because... they're moving fast. It's fine because we can now move in here and kill them off. So we can assault this garrison. Oh god, Tiranoka here as well. You know what I might do then?
I am Morathi.
Is I might actually... I mean, we're not really going to get much success chance anywhere. What I might do, we might get spotted, but...
hag sorceress of Grond.
I'm going to move over here.
I watch from the shadows.
And I'm going to
into
lay
the
an ambush.
shadows.
And I'm going to see what happens. See what Tiranoc might... I mean, Tiranoc are at war with Sildra Tor. They might hit Sildra Tor. And if they do, that will weaken them. And then they'll have to come after me. They might have already hit the Moon Shard, to be honest. We'll have to see.
Traitors do not last.
Okay, Ben, you're going to assault units. Let's see what happens here.
Display scant
Oh, please don't declare war. Oh, non-aggression pact. Let us help you, Spawn. Okay, thanks. Not 100% sure why that happened, but I'm not going to complain. At least he thought he was going to declare war on me. Okay, you've taken Sildra Tor. That is actually fine. Because that means... 1, we can assault you.
Impossible.
No, we just did.
I am the first sorcerer.
And then we can actually launch an attack
Bewitching fury.
on your weakened forces.
Revenge awaits.
Bloody Tiranoc. Turning up to ruin my fun. Also, what the fuck is... What the fuck is... Why is this so bright? It's like the Blackpool illuminations in here. Fuck me. Okay, now nicely, the Reaver Archer is going to run into range of my Dark Shards, and that means they're all dead. Because that's something you just don't want to do. There we go. They are running away, and these ones also getting liberally sprinkled with crossbows. That's it, fuck off. And then we've got the Tiranoc Chariot here. Now, these things would be far more dangerous if they decided to charge us, but they don't. They just sort of like chill. They like shooting at you. So I'm just going to pull forward a little bit, move my army forward, and then take out the chariot, because this chariot is plinking away at me, not doing a huge amount of damage. It's managed to kill 3 so far, not brilliant. But then, of course, in come the crossbow bolts, and yeah. Well, you shouldn't have stood right next to crossbow bolts, should you, you stupid? But seriously, why is it so bright? Like, there's other light spots, and they're quite... But I mean, why is this lit up? You know, what's the point of this lighting? There's no like god rays or anything. It's just a big fucking bright light for no particular reason. Never mind. Okay, so Illyrian Reavers are charging over the hill, and my Dark Shards are in the front rank, and I'm a little bit like, should I pull them back, or do I just hope that they die before they reach us? But fortunately, Rocky's over here. Rocky's going to get stuck in, or at least he would if he managed to actually. Oh, there we go. Oh, Rocky. Alright, well, the Illyrian Reavers broke before they actually reached our lines, which is fine. The Reaver Archers are chasing after... Apparently they don't like the competition. The Dark Riders with repeated crossbows are being chased, and they're going to chase them right into range of the crossbows, which of course is a bloody stupid idea for them, but that's fine. Because it means I can wipe them out and they're no longer an issue for me. Well, yes, you ran into range of the crossbows, didn't we? It's a bloody stupid idea. You silly buggers. Seriously, what is with this fucking map? It's blinding. Like, God, give me some glasses, some sunglasses. I need them. All these, they have no idea what's going on because they legitimately can't see. They've probably all got sunburn now, somehow. It's like a sunbed. And I'm going to blame the High Elves because you know Dark Elves would have a sunbed. They're all goth. You know, you ever see goths? The beach. Never see them. Okay, well those guys are all deads. And now the spears are going to come in for some crossbow action. That's why crossbows are so good. Obviously, eventually I'm probably going to switch out the crossbows for... Well, maybe shades with crossbows, but that's not the point. The fact is that the Dark Shards at the moment are probably one of our best units that we can recruit. So we're obviously going to recruit them. Rocky charging into a horde of spearmen. I mean, how much damage he's doing, I'm not 100% sure, but at least he's keeping a bunch of units busy. Our Hydra is trying to keep this Illyrian... Now, they keep running away because they're terrified of our War Hydra. And to be honest, probably should have kept him, like, just looking... Because these guys are going to keep running away and coming back. And they're coming back now, and I'm trying to send the War Hydra to go and deal with them again. Which he will, just about. There we go, that stops them dead. You can see they were heading straight for the Dark Shards. They know what they wanted. Now, the War Hydra should be able to deal with them, but what I'm worried about is if they run away again, then they will come back. However, the front line, the Elven Spearmen, their staunch line of spears, is slowly breaking. Morathi in the front there, covered in blood, doing some ducking and diving. And our Witch Elves have actually run over to knock out some of the archers, and some spearmen have come to attack them. But they seem to be doing okay. I mean, there's not many of them left, but they're just having a lovely old time, and who can blame them? The Reavers managed to get into the rear of my spears and got a really nasty charge off, which is actually a lot of damage. And I'll point out, whenever I try and use the Illyrian Reavers, you know how much damage they do? Fuck all. Charge them into a unit of Darkshires, you know what happens? They lose. The Darkshires turn around and fucking murder them. But that's the difficulty. Game difficulty for you. Never mind. I'm being murdered by a naked lady, so... who's covered in elf blood. I mean, yeah, if a tall, half-naked woman was kicking the shit out of me, I would be uneasy about it too. Rocky, on the other hand, having a lovely old time. He's actually managed to kill 19 things. He's in the front rank. He's stabbing people with his big old halberd. He's having a great old time. Look at him go. Our Witch Elves, again, I mean, kind of doing okay. I mean, they're definitely winning this fight, but they're just not winning it as hard as I would like. Yes, I mean, rather than punish them, maybe kill them? Look, I'm not telling you how to do your jobs. I'm not a micromanager, but maybe if you stab them a little bit harder. Maybe. And we just need to deal with these last few archers. Of course, this is a settlement battle, so all these guys are dead if we win, and it certainly looks like we are about to win. There we go, those archers running away with a few crossbow bolts buried in their backs. No, I mean... yeah, also, I hope you're wearing sunscreen, because this is really, really quite bright.
The hag sorceress ascends.
Yes, she does.
Is mine.
Okay, we're just going to loot and occupy. Twilight Banner. Stalk. Oh. Yeah, that could be quite nice for the Witch Elves, actually, because as soon as they get spotted, they do get riddled with... They get extreme acupuncture. Let's get Soul Blight, because reduction in armor can only be a good thing.
Traitor amongst us.
I think he's probably fine. We're going to grab Blade Master. But we did see just... I mean, he was very tanky, isn't he? It was old Rocky. Rocky tanking everything. What a lad.
Traitors do not last long.
And we're going to get Assault Garrison, because that's probably what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we've got one more settlement to take. The Moon Shard needs to be taken. We do have 2 public order buildings here, which we probably don't need. So let's knock that down, and we'll upgrade that, because the sooner we get defences here, the better.
I'm bidden not to destroy you. Consider yourself lucky.
I mean, she says that, but I'm not... no, we don't want a peace treaty. You started this. We're going to end it. Also, I need this. I need the Moon Shard because it's got a port. Although, it does mean Tyrannoc is particularly aggressive. Oh, we got the Wand of Caryodon. Demand sacrifice a bloodletting to whet its thirst, which can grant you its power. I mean, that's just a matter of time, really, isn't it? That's just a matter of time. Okay, if we head here...
I am the first sorceress.
I want to see what they're up to.
I am Morathi.
Okay. They are recruiting an army. And they will have some kind of force before we can arrive there. Which is less than ideal, but that's okay. That's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to get Doom and Darkness. Now, Morathi does have several skill trees that are unique to just her. She has this skill tree here, which is Kati's Blessings. This is all with sort of Winds of Magic and Power Reserve. Also the recruitment of sorceresses. And also a nice big bonus to, well, to everything, really, spellcasting, which is very, very nice. And we can get that at rank 6. So rank 6, then at rank 7 we can get a sorceress. Now that's going to be useful because the amulet quest that we have, the amulet, is to recruit a sorceress. So basically as soon as Morathi hits rank 7, we can do that, which is great. However, she now has 2 mutually exclusive skill trees, which are Insidious. She increases hero action success chance and Canine Assassin recruit rank. Also increases movement range of all characters and assassination success chance. Increases Shade Dark Riders, Doomfire Warlocks and Scourge Runner Chariot units and Lords and Heroes in local armies. That means armies in the same province that she's in. And then also Shroud of Despair, which is going to reduce enemy leadership, owner, faction, corruption and public order in the local province. That's quite, all of those are quite nice. However, we then have Tenacious, which is casualties captured post-battle and income from post-battle loot for all characters and all armies. Quite nice. Especially because, of course, slaves are our economy. So the more, if we capture more stuff at the end of the battle, that's a bit of a win. Rituals of Blood, which increases unit experience, which isn't so useful in Morathi's army because their army is probably going to be the first one we have. It's probably going to be the most elite as well, and probably the one that ranks up the fastest. And we get Ward Save for all units and Casualty Replenishment rate, all very nice. Grotesque Sacrifices, which gives us more diplomatic relations with Beastmen, Norska, and increases magic item drop chance and corruption in all regions. And then Absolute Devotion, which is pretty huge because it reduces the upkeep by 30% for all units, which is pretty major, especially because Morathi's army is going to be our most elite one. Now, you can't have both of these, you can only have one, and frankly, I have no idea which one I want because this would be quite nice for like our characters and campaign movement, but then the upkeep reduction and more casualties captured post-battle is pretty huge. So I legitimately don't know which direction I want to go in. So if, let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm kind of torn about what I want.
I am Morathi.
Indeed you are.
Do.
Okay, good. So we're going to recruit those units, and then we're going to revel in suffering, which is going to increase our growth. That's right. First of all, we went founded in tyranny, and then we're going to go revel in suffering, and apparently that's going to make everyone bang.
Corruption of the vilest sort.
Yes. Morathi is riddled, to be fair.
Bow to the Druki Queen.
So, anything that's going to... I mean, more growth would be good, wouldn't it? So let's go growth. We need growth. Public order is currently fairly stable. If we take the Moon Shard, then we should be able to get it back under control and then hopefully not have any rebellions. Okay, we've got a pleasure cultist, apparently. And Noses to the Grindstone. Following a successful raid on key targets in enemy lands, a number of enemy intellectuals have been acquired. A little persuasion, their skills and experience, blah, 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 blah. Research rate increased by 100%. Oh. How useful. Right. Nice. How much damage did you do?
My visions predict failure.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So let's get better. Now, can we reach them in one turn? Yes, we can. So we're going to go for the Moon Shard. And we're going to take that. Now, I'm going to actually give the Dread Banner to the Witch Elves, because that's going to allow them to... It gives them Strider and, more importantly, Stalk, which means they can basically hide in any terrain, which is going to be very, very useful. And the Dread Banner, you know what, I'm going to pop it on old Rocky here. You know, he's training us up hard. He's stimulating my growth, and now he's generating terror. Good.
Revenge awaits.
And for the hat trick, the last settlement we need to take, and the death of Sildrator, at least one of our opponents, so far anyway. Yep, sending their call says in first to die, classic. And they've got a master of their own. Rocky's got some competition. Rocky's going out to meet him. Going to be a clash of the big boys. Get him, Rocky. Oh, that's a lot of crossbows. Infantry now moving in to engage the enemy. And over on our far right flank, the Witch Elves have snuck in and engaged a unit of spears, and they will be fighting them throughout the battle. Meanwhile, War Hydra mopping up, and we've just got a big, long engagement on the front, which is just going to be a lot of very shitty Dark Elf infantry slowly poking each other to death.
This fight is lost.
Who will win? Purple v red. Give you a clue, it ain't going to be red. So Rocky and the enemy master continuing to just prod each other to death. But Rocky's definitely winning. Until the enemy sorceress turns up. That's fine. That's fine, because we're going to bring Morathi in to help. Our Dark Shards are just picking off units all over the place. The enemy missile units have been dealt with and sent packing. And it's basically just a mop-up operation at this point, and the Witch Elves are still fighting. I mean, they are winning, but it's just very slow. Finally, I mean, to be honest, if they were fighting with support or something else, they'd probably be doing a lot better. Sending them to just engage enemy unit does mean that I am going to win that engagement. So as long as I have the same or more units than the enemy, then they're basically cost effective. But I can't recruit any more of them at the moment, which is kind of the problem, and they are fairly expensive, and to be honest, they're just kind of worse than Dark Shards. Although Dark Shards do struggle at keeping a battle line. But they're very, very good at shooting shit.
Beautiful, deadly, victorious.
I mean, that's fair enough, I guess. Yeah, I was kind of expecting a bit more from the Witch Elves, but I mean, they did wipe out an entire unit by themselves, so I guess that's fine. Okay, occupy. And we now control Titan Peaks. So,
I watch from the shadows.
yeah, well, we should stop doing that. So, poor Rocky.
Would be traitor amongst us.
No, he's a total lad. Don't worry about it. Oh, I could actually go more melee attack, more weapon strength. Sure, let's do that. I mean, I could have got him to stimulate my growth more, but
Fear the dark.
you know, I've made my choices, and I will live with them. So, more growth. There we go. So we now control the Moon Shard. Now the only problem is we now have 3 settlements which don't have any defences, and that's a bit of a problem, because if we move away from Moon Shard, Tiranoc will jump it. As long as we stay fairly friendly with Mazdamundi, but the only reason we stayed friendly was because we were fighting Silver Tor, and we stopped that now, so that's going to start dropping down. But Skeggy might decide to attack us, and then we could maybe make friends that way. So, you know, there's all kinds of options available to us. We do want to upgrade the Moon Shard ASAP, though, and probably this. Or do we think... No, we've probably not got enough growth, actually, haven't we? We really need defences, but we should be able to stave off rebellion. There's also a weird little thing over here, which we can go and... a mysterious island that we can go and scoop up. And get some bonuses, and that should be quite nice. Next up, what are we doing? Well, probably trying to consolidate, because we spent a good 10 turns just capturing our starting province, which actually I don't think is too bad. I think that's a fairly quick capture of your starting province. That's not too bad. It's not quite like Empire speed, where you can capture those settlements within, I want to say, about 5 turns. Yeah, I want to say 5 turns. I think you can do it in 5 turns, but it's a little bit more tricky. We've also got the elves. Now, I'm going to assume that Alice will declare war on us fairly soon. He's probably trying to push northwards, and that's actually work in our favour, because if we quickly swing around to Arnheim, we can potentially grab that before he realises what's going on. And if he doesn't manage to capture Hag Hall, he will lose all of his main settlements and recruitment bases. So I think that maybe that's what we want to do next, assuming Skeggi, Mazdamundi and Tiranoc keep away for a few turns. But that'll have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.